Seneca once said, "Begin at once to live and count each separate day as a separate life." What do successful people share? They work hard, stay motivated, and have a clear vision. Interestingly, many also follow a morning routine. The ancient Stoics were famous for their practical philosophy, aiming to lead happier, resilient, and peaceful lives. Stoicism was about daily practice, seamlessly integrated into our daily routines. So, how can we make Stoicism a part of our mornings? Here are 6 Stoic principles to help us do just that. Number 6. Get up early. Marcus Aurelius wisely put in, "At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, 'I have to go to work, as a human being. What do I have to complain of if I'm going to do what I was born for, the things I was brought into the world to do? Or is this what I was created for, to huddle under the blankets and stay warm?'" Marcus often reflects on the common struggle we all face each morning when it's time to get out of bed. We cherish the warmth of our cozy blankets, the reluctance of our heavy eyelids to stay open, and we wonder, do these comforts truly help us, or do they make us less disciplined, hindering us from fulfilling our responsibilities? In a straightforward message, Marcus questions whether we were born to seek comfort alone. He highlights the diligent efforts of plants, birds, ants, spiders, and bees, each diligently carrying out their roles to maintain order in the world. This natural commitment to duty is exemplified by creatures across the earth, as they play their part in the grand scheme of things. Bees pollinate, trees provide oxygen, and even animals like cows, horses, and goats contribute by fertilizing the soil. The sun offers light and life during the day, and the moon takes over the night shift. But where do we stand in this grand orchestra of life? Too often, we find it challenging to break free from the comfort of our warm beds. Marcus firmly believed that human beings are not exempt from the duty of serving within the warehouse of nature. Every life form on earth serves and works in its own way, harmoniously contributing to the world. Recognizing this, Marcus emphasized that it is not just a general human duty, but particularly important for Stoics to remember this when we're tempted to stay in bed or avoid contributing to society. Even Marcus himself, an emperor of Rome and one of the most influential figures in history, was not exempt from these responsibilities. He could have chosen to sleep in, following the pattern of selfish and self-destructive emperors before him. However, he took a different path. Marcus understood his duty to his country and the world. He made a conscious effort to get out of bed and serve, despite his tremendous power and influence. Number 5. Accept discomfort. In the world of law enforcement and the military, there's a famous saying, "Embrace the suck." This phrase often comes up during training sessions or when people face challenging tasks. But what does it mean to embrace the suck? Well, the modern Stoics have a good handle on it. They understand that life is full of surprises, some good and some not so good. They know how to savor the good moments and cope with the tough ones. Embracing the suck essentially means making the best out of a difficult situation. One way the Stoics used to prepare themselves for life's ups and downs was by voluntarily subjecting themselves to discomfort. The concept is quite simple. To toughen your mind and body for life's inevitable challenges, deliberately put yourself in uncomfortable situations every day. For instance, Cato, a well-respected Stoic, used to walk around in shabby clothes and barefoot despite his high social status. Zeno, another Stoic, had his teacher Crates spill soup on him in public while people made fun of him. He did this to learn how to disregard the opinions of others. No matter what form it takes, embracing discomfort helps modern Stoics brace themselves for the unpredictable ride that is life. A contemporary approach to voluntary discomfort involves starting your day with a cold shower. It's definitely not the most enjoyable experience, but recent research supports the numerous health benefits of cold showers. Integrating this into your daily routine can help you build the mental and physical resilience that Stoics aim for. It can also aid in weight loss, reduce depression, lower stress levels, and enhance blood circulation. Epictetus, a prominent Stoic philosopher, suggested various other ways to embrace discomfort. These include fasting, sleeping on a hard surface, living on a minimal budget for a week, and similar challenges. The idea is that that by pushing our boundaries, we increase our capacity to endure discomfort. We learn to overcome life's hurdles by testing our own limits. To truly follow in the footsteps of the Stoics, we must be willing to face discomfort head-on. If we want to live like the Stoics, we need to expose ourselves to discomfort. Before we move on to number 4, if you're deep into the Stoic journey and appreciate their wisdom, be sure to click that subscribe button and join our Stoic community. Number 4. Practice gratitude. Think of your mind like a garden. Every morning you get to decide what to plant in it. You can choose the seeds of your liking, altering the atmosphere of your mental garden and stopping the growth of unwanted weeds. Gratitude, as Marcus Tullius Cicero once said, is one of the most valuable qualities we can have. It's like planting your favorite seeds in your mental garden, watching them flourish and enjoying their presence. When you take a moment to look at the world around you and remind yourself to be grateful for what you have or the experiences you've been through, it changes the way you perceive yourself and the world in a more positive way. Gratitude also acts as a shield against negative thoughts and feelings. Instead of focusing on what you lack or what you haven't encountered, it shifts your attention to appreciating what you do have. It helps you see the value in the things that surround you, which you would miss if they were taken away. Marcus Aurelius, another wise figure, emphasized the importance of certainty and judgment, action for the common good, and an attitude of gratitude in the present moment. So, why should we practice gratitude from a Stoic perspective? Firstly, gratitude acts as an anchor that keeps us connected to the present and allows us to cherish even the smallest blessings. It could be as simple as the steam rising from your morning coffee, the rustling of leaves in the wind, a good book, a chat with a friend, or the comfort of your couch while watching your favorite TV show. Secondly, life is not always a smooth ride, but by concentrating on what we already possess instead of fixating on what we lack, we can change our outlook. This shift in perspective is akin to seeing the glass as half full rather than half empty, and it's like deliberately choosing to plant what we desire in our mental garden. Also, the Stoics believed in facing life's challenges with a calm and resilient mind. Gratitude plays a vital role in this, strengthening our mental resilience and preventing feelings of helplessness. It enables us to cope with life's inevitable ups and downs more effectively. Each morning, take a moment to jot down 3 things you are thankful for. They don't have to be extravagant. Even the simplest blessings count. This practice will help you nurture and maintain your mental garden of gratitude, ensuring it continues to flourish. Number 3. Exercise. Exercise is not just for Stoics. It's something that goes hand in hand with the values we want to develop. It also helps us kickstart our day. Socrates once said that no man has the right to be an amateur in the matter of physical training. It is a shame for a man to grow old without seeing the beauty and strength of which his body is capable. He believed that it's a shame to grow old without realizing the beauty and strength your body is capable of. The Stoics, like Chrysippus, Cleanthes, and Zeno of Citium, weren't just thinkers. They were doers. Chrysippus was a long-distance runner, Cleanthes a boxer, and Zeno an active merchant. Even Plato, who was admired by the Stoics, was an enthusiastic wrestler. For these philosophers, their philosophy wasn't just a bunch of ideas. It was something they put into action, and exercise was a key part of their way of life. Through exercise, we gain discipline, strength, and routine. It's not just about physical health, but also about mental well-being. You can start with something as simple as stretching or go all out with a vigorous run. The important thing is to have a morning routine that includes exercise because it's almost always better than one without it. Number 2, stay focused. The Stoics were big fans of an old saying, know thyself. According to Marcus, what really upsets us isn't the things that happen to us, but our thoughts about those things. To make good judgments about others and the events in our lives, we need to understand ourselves. This is why the Stoics often talked about living with prosoche. It's like a kind of mindfulness where we're always aware of what we want, what we're doing, and how we feel right now, in the present. Many of us, however, often get stuck thinking about the past or worrying about the future, which doesn't help us in the present moment. Prosoche is simply about keeping a close eye on everything that affects our ability to make good decisions right here and now. By paying extra attention, we get closer to controlling our thoughts about the world. Mindfulness has been a popular topic for years, especially in the last 10 years. Meditation apps and workshops are becoming more common, but even though it might seem like a new thing, the Stoics have been talking about the importance of mindfulness for over 2,000 years, ever since Zeno started philosophy school. So how can we make this a part of our daily lives? Just recognizing that we should pay attention to our thoughts, desires, and actions is a good start in itself. Number 1. Envision the day's events. Seneca once stated that what is quite unlooked for is more crushing in its effect, and unexpectedness adds to the weight of a disaster. This is a reason for ensuring that nothing ever takes us by surprise. We should project our thoughts ahead of us at every turn, and have in mind every possible eventuality, instead of only the usual course of events. They say that the most painful punches are the ones that catch us by surprise. The Stoics, an ancient group of philosophers, had a similar idea when they talked about premeditatio malorum, which means premeditation of evils. Essentially, it's about taking a moment each day to think about the unexpected or unwelcome things that might happen. Maybe you'll get a flat tire on your way to work, or perhaps you'll struggle on a test or underperform at work. These things can happen to anyone. Some people mistakenly view this practice as negative or gloomy, but that's not the point at all. It's actually quite the opposite. By visualizing potential problems, you prepare your mind for the inevitable challenges of life. It's a way of looking at your day with a realistic perspective. Life sometimes brings misfortune, and that's okay. When you imagine the worst-case scenarios, you're less likely to be devastated if they actually occur, and you're better equipped to stay positive in the face of adversity. After you wake up and prepare to tackle your day, take a moment to think about what might come your way. You can do this while sitting on the edge of your bed or while making your morning coffee. Seneca, one of the Stoic philosophers, advised, "Rehearse them in your mind: exile, torture, war, shipwreck. All the terms of our human lot should be before our eyes." This is the same idea inscribed on the back of every premeditatio malorum challenge coin. So go ahead and say it out loud: exile, torture, war, shipwreck. In our modern world, it might sound more like traffic jams, dealing with difficult people, enduring long staff meetings, or facing a mountain of homework. The journey to becoming a master at something is tough, but it's worthwhile. If we stick to the strategies mentioned earlier, we can toughen up our minds and bodies to face life's challenges. Feeling nervous about seeing your complicated parents during the holidays? Think about what's coming, struggling with school or work. Remember, your morning routine, like a cold shower, isn't meant to be easy. It's about gearing up for the daily battle. So don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more advice.